All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am VC Pramod and with me is Prashant Kumar Sinha. The headlines. Nation celebrates 73rd Republic Day today. Main function at Rajpath, the national capital, to showcase India's military might and cultural diversity. President Ramnath Kovind says the country is better placed today to meet challenges of the future. Government announces Padma Awards. Former Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat, former UP Chief Minister Kalyan Singh and former President of Geeta Press Radhesham Khemka to be honoured with Padma Vibhushan posthumously. President approves 384 gallantry awards for defence personnel. BJP announces another list of 8 candidates for Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections. Congress releases list of 23 candidates for Punjab polls. India's COVID vaccination coverage crosses 163 crore 49 lakh mark. Results of preliminary round of first ever Fit India quiz announced. And world number 7 Matteo Berrettini beats Gaël Monfils of France to enter the men's singles semi-final at the Australian Open Tennis in Melbourne. As the number of COVID-19 cases is rising fast in several parts of the country, we appeal to our listeners to be vigilant and to get fully vaccinated and help others, including children between 15 and 18 years, get vaccinated. With the new Omicron variant of coronavirus causing concern, please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Janotsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news since the 16th of August last year and will continue till the 15th of August this year. India Post has joined hands as the logistics partner with All India Radio News for the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. Recalling our yesterday's question, name the town which served not only as the Coromandel headquarters of the Dutch East India Company but also as the port for the Dutch slave trade. The correct answer is Pulicat in Tamil Nadu. Diamonds were exported from Pulicat to the western countries. Nutmeg, cloves and maize too were sent from Pulicat to Europe. People from Bengal and from settlements such as Tengatipatnam and Karaikal were brought to Pulicat. The Dutch employed brokers at Madras for catching and shipping slaves. Famines, droughts and war that resulted in food shortage led to the flourishing of the slave trade. AIR News got an overwhelming response from its listeners across the world, and the one lucky winner of the quiz is Dr. Adhir Kumar Sahu from Cuttack, Odisha.
I am glad to be selected as the winner of the quiz program of All India Radio. I am a regular listener of the AIR News Bulletin since last 4 decades. This year, we celebrate the 125th birth anniversary of Netaji and 150th birth anniversary of Sri Aurobindo, the spiritual guru. As per prediction of Sri Aurobindo in 1947, India to be free from darkness and hostile forces and to lead the human society on earth with the divine forces.
The next question of Amrit Mahotsav quiz will be shared with listeners on Monday, 31st of January, celebrating 75 years of India's independence by participating in Amrit Mahotsav quiz with AIR News. And now the news in detail. The nation is celebrating the 73rd Republic Day today. The main function will be held at Rajpath in the national capital. The celebrations this year are special as Republic Day falls in the 75th year of independence, being celebrated as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav across the country. To mark the occasion, the Ministry of Defence has conceptualized a series of new events during the main parade on Rajpath. Special arrangements have been made to give opportunity to those segments of society which usually do not get to watch the parade. Some sections of auto rickshaw drivers, construction workers, Safai Karamcharis and frontline health workers have been invited to watch the Republic Day Parade. Republic Day Parade 2022 will showcase India's military might and cultural diversity in a grand parade at Rajpath as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. This year, the parade will begin at 10:30 a.m. instead of the scheduled time of 10 a.m. The parade, which starts from Raisina Hills and goes through Rajpath, India Gate to Red Fort, would now only go up to the National Stadium, while tableau of states, different ministries and departments will proceed to the Red Fort. The number of troops in marching contingents in Republic Day Parade has been reduced from 144 to 96 to ensure social distancing in view of COVID-19. They will be seen marching in 12 rows and 8 columns. Indian Army soldiers will be seen marching in different uniforms worn by the Army since 1950 to the present day at the Republic Day Parade this year. More from our correspondent.
Today, the Republic Day Parade ceremony will commence with Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting the National War Memorial. He will lead the nation in paying solemn tributes to the fallen heroes by laying a wreath. The national flag will be unfurled, followed by a national anthem with a booming 21-gun salute. The parade will commence with President Ramnath Kovind taking the salute. There will be total 16 marching contingents in the parade, 6 from Army, 1 each from Navy and Air Force, 4 Central Armed Police Forces, 1 from Delhi Police, 2 from NCC and 1 from NSS. There will be 12 tableaus from states and union territories and 9 from ministries and departments. Biodiversity of Maharashtra, symbols of Goan heritage, the cradle of traditional handicrafts of Karnataka, Kashi Vishwanath Dham, Meghalaya's 50 years of statehood, Punjab's contribution in freedom struggle, Jal Jeevan Mission, Udan, National Education Policy, Sri Aurobindo's 150 years, Subhas at 125 are some of the themes of tableaus. 480 dancers selected through Vande Bharatam dance competition will perform today at Rajpath. Fly Past, which is the most awaited segment, will have 75 aircrafts and helicopters of Indian Air Force. Vintage as well as modern aircrafts like Rafale, Sukhoi, Jaguar, Mi-17, Sarang, Apache and Dakota will display different formations including Rahat, Eklavya, Trishul, Tiranga, Vijay and Amrit. The ceremony will culminate with the national anthem and release of tricolor balloon. Delhi Police has fortified areas in and around Rajpath with multi-layer security cover and has installed facial recognition system and over 300 CCTV cameras. From Rajpath, New Delhi, Anupam Mishra, AIR News.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has greeted people on the 73rd Republic Day. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, "Wishing you all a happy Republic Day. Jai Hind."
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has greeted people on the occasion of Republic Day. In a tweet, Mr. Singh said, "This is an occasion to celebrate our democracy and cherish the ideas and values enshrined in our Constitution." The Defence Minister prayed for the continued progress and prosperity of our country. Home Minister Amit Shah has also greeted people on Republic Day. President Ramnath Kovind has said that India is better placed today to meet the challenges of the future. He said the 21st century is turning out to be the age of climate change, and India has taken a leadership position on the world stage in showing the way, especially with its bold and ambitious push for renewable energy. In his address to the nation on the eve of 73rd Republic Day yesterday, President Kovind exhorted that at the individual level, each one of us can remember Gandhiji's advice and help improve the world around us. The President exuded confidence that, inspired by this spirit of universal brotherhood, India and the entire global community will move towards a more equitable and prosperous future. Spelling out the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, the President added that the country has shown an unmatched resolve against the coronavirus.
I am proud to say that we have shown an unmatched resolve against the coronavirus. In the first year itself, we raised the healthcare infrastructure, and also reached out to help others. By the second year, we had developed indigenous vaccines and launched the world's biggest vaccination drive in history.
Mr. Kovind said, unfortunately, the virus makes a comeback with new mutations. The President cautioned that as the pandemic is still widespread, people must remain alert and not let their guard down. Appreciating the role of leadership, policymakers, administrators and others at the central and state levels for making timely interventions, the President said that the economy is on the move again.
The government has announced Padma Awards on the occasion of Republic Day. Former Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat, former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Kalyan Singh and former President of Geeta Press Radhesham Khemka will be honoured with Padma Vibhushan posthumously. Classical vocalist Prabha Atre will get the second highest civilian award. 17 persons will get Padma Bhushan. Krishna and Suchitra Ela of Bharat Biotech, who brought Covaxin, and Cyrus Poonawalla of Serum Institute, who brought Covishield, will get Padma Bhushan. Former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Ghulam Nabi Azad, former West Bengal Chief Minister Buddhadev Bhattacharya, former CAG Rajiv Meharishi, Paralympic medalist Devendra Jhajaria, Odia author Pratibha Ray will get Padma Bhushan. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella and Google CEO Sundar Pichai will get the Padma Bhushan. 107 persons will get Padma Shri. They include Tokyo Olympics gold medalist Neeraj Chopra, Tokyo Paralympics gold medalist Pramod Bhagat, Sumit Antel and Avni Lekhada, singer Sonu Nigam and Lavani singer Sulochana Chavan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated all those who have been selected for the Padma Awards. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, "The entire nation cherishes their accomplishments and we are all proud of their contributions to the society."
2 persons from the Union Territory of Ladakh have been selected for the Padma Shri Award for their exceptional and distinguished services. Akhone Asghar Ali Basharat in Literature and Education for Preservation, Conservation and Promotion of Balti language and Sering Namgyal for Woodcrafting in Monasteries were selected for this year's Padma Shri Awards. Let's hear more on this from our correspondent.
A well-known writer from Karkichu village of Kargil, Akhone Asghar Ali Basharat, has been working in preservation and promotion of Balti language and culture. Asghar Ali Basharat authored Guldaste Basharat, Bazme Basharat and Wasile Nazad books. Asghar Ali Basharat started his literary journey by collecting and writing old naats, Marisiyas, Khasidas, Bhare Tawil and Nohas in Balti language from 1970s. He also contributed in several talks, programs and radio dramas for All India Radio and Doordarshan. Similarly, Sering Namgyal of remote village Hinju Vanla in Leh is also being selected for Padma Award. He grew up helping his parents in agriculture. However, he got inspired by a local woodcarver, Ajahn Sering, in Vanla and started assisting him. While helping, Sering Namgyal developed keen interest in woodcarving and mastered the art. With Anayat Ali in Kargil, Ramesh Chandra, All India Radio News, Leh.
The President has approved awards for 384 gallantry and other defence decorations to armed forces personnel and others on the occasion of the 73rd Republic Day celebrations. These include 12 Shaurya Chakra, including 29 Param Vishishta Seva medals, 4 Uttam Yuddha Seva medals, 53 Ati Vishishta Seva medals, 13 Yuddha Seva medals, 3 Bard to Vishishta Seva medals, 122 Vishishta Seva medals, 3 Bard to Sena medals gallantry. Out of the total 12 Shaurya Chakra awardees, 9 have been awarded posthumously. They include Subedar Srijit M. of the 17th Battalion of the Madras Regiment, Havaldar Anil Kumar Tomar, Rajput Regiment, the 44th Battalion, Rashtriya Rifles, and Havaldar Pinku Kumar, Jat Regiment, 34th Battalion, Rashtriya Rifles.
President Ramnath Kovind has approved the conferment of the Correctional Service Medals on prison personnel on the occasion of Republic Day. President's Correctional Service Medal for Distinguished Service will be given to 5 personnel. Correctional Service Medal for Meritorious Service will be presented to 37 personnel.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Nation celebrates 73rd Republic Day today. Main function at Rajpath in national capital to showcase India's military might and cultural diversity. President Ramnath Kovind says the country is better placed today to meet challenges of the future. Government announces Padma Awards. Former Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat, former UP Chief Minister Kalyan Singh and former President of Geeta Press Radheshyam Khemka to be honoured with Padma Vibhushan posthumously. President approves 384 gallantry awards for defence personnel. BJP announces another list of 8 candidates for Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections. Congress releases list of 23 candidates for Punjab polls. India's COVID vaccination coverage crosses 163 crore 49 lakh mark. Results of preliminary round of first ever Fit India quiz announced, and world number 7 Matteo Berrettini beats Gael Monfils of France to enter men's singles semi-final at Australian Open Tennis in Melbourne. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 870-001-4242 पर।
870-001-4242।
Welcome back to the morning news. BJP has released another list of 8 candidates for the upcoming UP Assembly elections. The party has fielded Hari Om Verma from Amanpur and Gudiya Katheria from Auraiya Assembly seats. Congress has released another list of 23 candidates for Punjab Assembly polls. Party has fielded former MP Sher Singh Gobaya's son Devinder Gobaya from Fazilka. Party has given ticket to former CM Rajinder Kaur Bhattal's son-in-law Vikram Bajwa from Sahnewal and Ramanjit Singh Sikki from Khadur Sahib. Congress leader and former Union Minister RPN Singh has joined the BJP. He was inducted into the party in the presence of Union Ministers Dharmendra Pradhan and Anurag Thakur and UP Deputy Chief Ministers Dinesh Sharma and Keshav Prasad Maurya at BJP headquarters in New Delhi. Talking to media, Mr. Singh said he spent 32 years in the Congress, but that party has not remained the same as it was before. He added that he will work as a worker towards fulfilling Prime Minister Narendra Modi's dreams for India.
कुछ ही सालों में हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने प्राचीन संस्कृति को 21वीं सदी से जोड़कर हिंदुस्तान को राष्ट्र के निर्माण में जो कार्य किया है, पूरा देश उसको सराहा रहा है। 32 सालों तक मैं एक पार्टी में रहा, ईमानदारी से, लगन से मेहनत किया, परंतु जिस पार्टी में इतने साल रहा, वो अब वो पार्टी रह नहीं गई जहां मैंने शुरुआत की थी, और ना तो वो सोच रह गई। अगर देश में राष्ट्र निर्माण करना है और देश में आगे बढ़ाना है, तो मैं एक छोटे कार्यकर्ता के हैसियत से हमारे ओजस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी के सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए जो भी प्रयास होगा अवश्य करूंगा।
In Uttar Pradesh, the nomination process for the third phase of the assembly elections started yesterday. One candidate filed nomination papers on the first day. The last date of filing nominations is the 1st of February. In the third phase, polling will be held on the 20th of February in 59 constituencies across 16 districts. Meanwhile, nominations for the second phase of elections are also going on in the state. A total of 152 candidates have filed their papers so far. 94 candidates filed the papers yesterday. And now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
"72 years ago, on 26 January 1950, India became a republic While India had been running its own affairs since the actual transfer of power from British to Indian hands on 15th August 1947, 26 January 1950 marked the severing of our last ties with Britain. The Indian National Congress, in the annual session of 1929 in Lahore, had passed the historic Purna Swaraj resolution, making a public declaration to celebrate 26 January 1930 as Independence Day. Thus, to commemorate that Purna Swaraj resolution, the date of 26 January was chosen to implement the Constitution.
India's first president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, was sworn in as India's head of state, replacing the king, and the Constitution of India was ratified. With the 1950 Constitution, the country was officially known as the Republic of India, a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic that secures all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity according to its preamble. The Constitution gave India's citizens the power to govern themselves by choosing their own government.
In 1950, the day began in Delhi with the 34th and the last Governor-General of India, Chakravarti Rajagopalachari, reading out a proclamation announcing the birth of the Republic of India. Indonesia's President Sukarno was the chief guest on the occasion. Dr. Rajendra Prasad took oath as India's first president at the Darbar Hall in the Government House. The president then addressed the crowd first in Hindi and then in English.
Today, for the first time in our long and checkered history, we find the whole of this vast land brought together under the jurisdiction of one constitution and one union, which takes over responsibility for the welfare of more than 320 million men and women who inhabit it.
Dr. Prasad unfurled the Tiranga, India's national flag. He drove in his state coach and was greeted by thousands of people along the way. He also visited Rajghat and paid homage to Mahatma Gandhi.
In the early years, the celebrations were held in different places, at the Red Fort, the Irwin Stadium, and even in the Ramlila grounds. But from 1955, after the military parade began, the ceremony was shifted to Rajpath. It has remained there ever since.
Let us listen to glimpses of Republic Day celebration from the early 1950s.
Amid scenes of unforgettable splendor, Delhi celebrated the first anniversary of the Indian Republic. A huge concourse of people witnessed the President's ceremonial drive along Kingsway. The parade by the armed forces, at which Dr. Rajendra Prasad took the salute, was watched by a large and distinguished gathering. Earlier, the President presented 4 Paramveer Chakras for gallantry during the Jammu and Kashmir operation. After the presentation ceremony, units of the armed forces, headed by heavy tanks, marched past the saluting bench. The smart turnout of the officers and men and their soldierly bearing won repeated applause from the jubilant crowd.
The Republic Day Parade is led by the 3 divisions of the Indian Armed Forces, Navy, Air Force, and the Indian Army. Besides this, there are several cultural tableaux, rally of marching soldiers, military bands, aircraft shows, and display of spectacular skill and daring on military vehicles. It is one of the most spectacular parades in the world. People from many parts of the world especially visit India during this time to witness the grandeur of the celebrations of the Republic Day in Delhi.
The festivities officially come to a close on January the 29th with the beating retreat ceremony in New Delhi, where bands from the Indian Army, Navy and the Air Force perform.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
स्वाधीनता संग्राम के वे निशान जो साक्षी हैं हमारे सेनानियों के संघर्ष और बलिदान के। आकाशवाणी समाचार ला रहा है विशेष श्रृंखला निशान। हर बुधवार को शाम 4:45 पर कार्यक्रम परिक्रमा में FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर।
Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase Hallmark gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404. Issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 163 crore 49 lakh mark. Union Health Ministry said over 93 crore 24 lakh vaccine doses have been administered as first dose and more than 69 crore 31 lakh vaccine doses were given as second dose. The ministry said more than 51 lakh 64,000 vaccine doses were administered yesterday.
The results of the preliminary round of the first ever Fit India quiz, India's biggest sports and fitness quiz for students, have been announced. Results of the nationwide competition organized by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has revealed that 2 students from Uttar Pradesh have outperformed students from all other states to become the top scorers of the preliminary round. Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports said that while Divyanshu Chamoli of Delhi Public School Greater Noida won the top spot, he was closely followed by Sashwat Mishra of Sunbeam School, Lahartara, Varanasi. In Australian Open tennis tournament, world number 7 Matteo Berrettini beats Gael Monfils of France 6-4, 6-4, 3-6, 3-6, 6-2 to enter the men's singles semi-final at the Rod Laver Arena at Melbourne yesterday. The Wimbledon finalists will now face 20-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal tomorrow for a place in the final.
Now let's take a look at the weather forecast for today. Srinagar will have partly cloudy sky. Temperature will hover between 0 and 10 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have partly cloudy sky with haze. The minimum temperature was 6 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 19 degrees. Leh will have generally cloudy sky. Gilgit will have partly cloudy sky. Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The national capital Delhi will have a cold day with temperature hovering between 6 and 14 degrees Celsius. In Mumbai, minimum temperature was 14 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 26 degrees. The city is expected to have a clear sky.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Almost all dailies have in their headline the top honours being awarded to India's first Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Kalyan Singh, Geeta Press Chairman Radheshyam Khemka and renowned vocalist Prabha Atre. Can't let guard down, President says on our day eve, is the lead in the Hindustan Times. The paper quoted the President as saying in his Republic Day Eve address to the nation that the COVID-19 pandemic is still widespread and people should not let their guard down as India continues to battle the third wave of infections. Most papers also report of the chilliest day in Delhi for any month since December the 30th in 2019, adding that according to the Met Department, severe cold day conditions will continue due to low-lying clouds blocking the sun. And finally, the Times of India has a story of the things to look out in today's RD Parade. The President to award Ashok Chakra at Parade, a revamped Central Vista Avenue, the history of 61 Cavalry in full display, 25W on show, and fly past with 75 aircraft.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Nation celebrates 73rd Republic Day today. Main function at Rajpath in national capital to showcase India's military might and cultural diversity. President Ramnath Kovind says the country is better placed today to meet the challenges of the future. Government announces Padma Awards. Former Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat, former UP Chief Minister Kalyan Singh and former President of Geeta Press Radheshyam Khemka to be honoured with Padma Vibhushan posthumously. President approves 384 gallantry awards for defence personnel. BJP announces another list of 8 candidates for Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections. Congress releases list of 23 candidates for Punjab polls. India's COVID vaccination coverage crosses 163 crore 49 lakh mark. Results of preliminary round of first ever Fit India quiz announced. And world number 7, Matteo Berrettini beats Gael Monfils of France to enter men's singles semi-final at Australian Open Tennis in Melbourne. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.